Many ancient cultures have fostered traditions that seem unusual to modern sensibilities, yet these practices were integral to the societies from which they emerged. These traditions often reveal much about the values, beliefs, and daily lives of ancient peoples, encapsulating the ways they interacted with their environments and each other. The following 7 examples highlight some of the most fascinating and unconventional traditions from ancient cultures around the world. 1. The Egyptian opening of the mouth ceremony. In ancient Egypt, this elaborate ritual was performed to ensure that the deceased's senses were restored in the afterlife. Priests would use specific instruments to touch the mouth, eyes, and ears of the statue representing the deceased, symbolically opening these senses for the journey ahead. 2. The Druids and human sacrifice. The ancient Druids, a learned class in Celtic cultures, engaged in human sacrifices as part of their religious practices. These sacrifices were believed to appease gods and were conducted during key festivals, such as Samhain, to ensure the well-being of their communities. 3. The Mesoamerican ball game. Various Mesoamerican cultures, including the Aztecs and Mayans, played a ball game that held both recreational and ritualistic significance. The game was typically played on a ball court and involved propelling a rubber ball through a stone hoop. Often, the game had sacrificial elements, with some evidence suggesting losing teams or key players were offered to the gods. 4. The Satirma ant initiation. This tradition from the Satirma tribe in the Amazon basin requires young men to endure a glove filled with bullet ants as a rite of passage. The ant stings, known for their intense pain, are meant to symbolize the transition from boyhood to manhood. Participants must often endure this painful ordeal multiple times to prove their strength and resilience. 5. Viking funeral practices. Viking funerals were markedly violent and ritualistic, often involving the sacrifice of animals and humans. A chieftain's death could result in slaves being buried with their master. Ships, piled with goods and sometimes entire constructions, were set ablaze or buried to accompany the deceased into the afterlife.